welcome to Talking Trash. Now we're standing right in front of the Trommel. Zach, can you give us a little bit more information about this?
Sure, this is probably the most fascinating piece of equipment that you'll see here at the MRF, just because it spins around, it's got big knives, and it's a large apparatus. So what this thing's designed to do, the Trommel, is most of our garbage, any of the garbage that's going to be sorted, passes through this. And in this big turbine, there's knives in there. And so your bags of garbage will all get opened up because of those knives. And what that does is it causes everything to fall out. And that's where the sorting process really begins in earnest. And if you look in this Trommel, there's different sized holes in here. There's, at the beginning, they're 2.5 inches in diameter, and at the end, they're 6 inches in diameter. And so what it's designed to do is all your fines, your glass, your small metals, bottle caps, things like that are going to fall through those small holes. Once it keeps passing down, if it's not going to fit through those holes, then you get past to the 6-inch holes. So that's for your used beverage containers, pop cans, soup cans, metals, things like that. They'll fall through those holes. And by the time it gets to the end, you've eliminated a lot of those what we call problem materials or recyclables that can be reclaimed. And then what passes through the end of the Trommel, that's going to continue on to the burning process.
Okay, so to me that's just absolutely fascinating. It's pretty cool apparatus here. And then so where does it go once it's gone through the little holes, the screens? They're pretty big screens. Where does it go?
Yep. Well, then there's different conveyors back here. So when it falls through those holes, it falls to the bottom and it ends up on these different conveyors. And the first conveyor, that's where your really small fines, so your small pieces of glass that are broken, your dirts, things like that, they're going to go through some disc screens where they can kind of separate it a little bit better. And it passes through a couple of those, and what we're trying to do is to generate a material that's going to be used for landfill cover. And so we're going to be removing, hopefully, like plastic bottle caps, paper, things you don't want blowing around at a landfill. And so then what's left, your glass, your dirt, things like that, that can be used as landfill covers. So it's just another way to use up the material rather than just plain landfilling it. The second conveyor, that's where your 6-inch holes, that's where it dropped down to. There's an eddy current up there, and that's going to kind of a magnetic piece of equipment, so you can sort your cans and different things like that and pull that out of there, so then we can recycle aluminum cans and steel cans. And the last conveyor is just your waste streams. So,
and then to me this is just, it looks like it's very complicated, like a big spider web, but it's really very organized, isn't it?
Yes, it's very organized, very sophisticated. Like we talked about in an early show, they got that control panel that shows everything, how everything works. So, but once you get the hang of it and see how everything works, everything in motion, it is a somewhat simple process, just because it's just pulling out stuff you don't want to be burned. So, but there's just many different machines to do that in. So,
okay, and so where will trash be coming from? That'll go through this whole system. Where does it come from?
Sure. The Prairie Lake Municipal Solid Waste Authority is a joint powers authority, joint powers board, and it's made up of 4 counties right now, which is Ottertail, Becker, Ottertail, Becker, Wadena, and Todd. And Clay is a potential partner in the future. We're in talks with them. So waste is going to be coming from those 4 counties right now, and possibly Clay in the future. So it's going to be a lot of people. All those counties combined, I think it's roughly 100,000 people. So it's going to be all those households and businesses that'll be coming here.
That's a lot of waste, and that there's a reason. That's why they're building a big facility like this. It'll consume a lot of trash in our region. Why does the state support this regional approach?
Well, again, with the waste hierarchy, it's just a preferred method of waste disposal, and we're able to consolidate resources here. So that's kind of why we're doing it, just to get minimize truck traffic. Is centrally located amongst those 4 counties. So just looking at all those aspects and making a good business decision.
And what's great is it's jobs for the regional community. Great job. Thank you, Zach. And we'll see you at the next show.